Hey guys, welcome to Mark the Point. Today we're going to be rolling out the Arnold. The Arnold has been a great video, a great strategy that Waylon rolled out. I'm going to be rolling it out here on the Stadium Craps. I do have a voiceover because the music was so loud. It was very distracting. You could not hear anything I was saying. But essentially what we have here, we're starting off with a $700 bankroll. We've already got our point established. A point is going to be a 6. So we have a $15 pass line. We're going to be following that up now with a $60 DC or a don't come bet. And that's going to be our next bet, which you see there. That's going to be established. He's rolling it out right now. And it's going to be on the 10. So the DC, which you don't come, is going to travel to the 10. We are not taking any odds on any of our come bets. We are not taking any odds on our DC bets. So basically everything is going to be flatline bets. And in this case, we're showing that our come bet and our pass line should be equal. We are going to equalize that bet. So if it's a $15 pass line, you're going to play a $15 come bet. And again, this is a 1 to 4 type system. So if it's $15 in the pass line, it'll be $60 in the DC. If it's a $25 pass line, it's $100. So anything that's 1 to 4 is what you're looking for. Okay, so it's going to be an easy 5, so that's going to be a 3-2-5. So again, no odds. And now our come bet would travel to the 5, and then we're going to set a new one out there. Now this is the Stadium Craps up here in Las Vegas. So if you look up there to the left, you'll actually see there is a timer there, so that's what we're waiting on. Again, this is Stadium Craps. You'll be able to see the shooter sometimes. When you're actually there, you're actually watching live dice. You're watching him roll it out. This kind of gives you your live table feel without actually feeling the pressure of sitting at the live tables if you're not comfortable with it. If you're trying to learn how to play. This is a $5 minimum bet. Most of the tables that we were at in Vegas are between $15 and $25. So if you're a beginner player and you can't afford that type bet, or you don't want to use that type bet to so this is me actually not realizing that we just hit our point. So you cannot put a come bet out there if you hit our point. The point is off. So that's me just not thinking about what was going on, not paying attention. But this gives you a live table feed, right? Live table feel to be able to fill out the table and still learn how to play and not having either being judged about what you're doing or just kind of learning at your own pace at lower increments. If you're able to play $5 bets, that's totally fine. Okay, this is the Arnold. This is a Stadium Craps video here in Las Vegas. So the next point is going to be on the 9. So that's an easy 9. Again, no odds here. Now we can come back out there with our come bet at $15 level. Now we are not laddering on this system. So part of the, you have two different options. You could, if you're down in profit, you could ladder up, or you can just play the bet straight out. I didn't ladder. I just did a $15 bet, $60 DC, no ladder. I just want to see how it powers back. Right now, we're in good shape. We have we started with $700. We had $613 with about $120 in bets. So we're still about 15 to 20 bucks up right now. However, if you are playing a come bet, and you just remember, a come bet is just like a pass line bet. So on a 2, 3, or 12, you will lose that bet. So that's what that was. He rolled out a craps 3. And when he did that, we lost that bet. So we lose the come bet, so we have to replace it back out there. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got. Next shooter. All right, it's going to be a 6. So how this works is we do have a come bet established already. However, we'll pay at 6. It'll come down to your rack, and then we'll just replace the come bet. Now, if you're at a live table, they'll basically just pay you out. You wouldn't have to replace the come. They'll just pay you your money. However, with this being the video style or the electronic style Stadium Craps, this video will actually show you where you pulls down your bet and then you have to replace your come bet. Not a big issue. You just have to pay attention to that when that happens. It's a little bit different than a live table or live craps. All right, here we go. What's our next number here? Again, very relaxed. You're not in a high speed, not in a high speed environment here. And there's our snake eyes. We'll lose our come bet again, which is not great. However, that's part of the system. How you do, we'll lose that, and we just have to replay it back out there. Again, you're sitting down. You got an electronic crap here in front of you. You do have a live roller, so that makes it a little bit different than just total electric craps, which I wouldn't prefer. But knowing that there's somebody actually shooting the dice, this right here, I'm definitely okay with. All right, so our new number is going to be an 8, so we don't have an 8 yet. So the come bet will travel up to the 8 tier. Again, always no odds on this system. However, if you have the option, if you want to put odds, totally up to you. But in this system, we are not doing that. And we're going to go back out there with a come bet. Again, this is for, I wouldn't say it's for entry level, but it's for if you just want to kind of hang out, sit down, play some craps, or if you're not really familiar with how to play craps, this is a really good way to learn at a lower level. Much more relaxed, much more slower paced, not as fast paced as a live table. All right, so that come bet's going to travel to the 4. Again, no odds. We'll come back out with our come bet. And sometimes I have somebody talking to me, so every once in a while I get a little distracted with my ADD, and I'll zoom off camera. I do apologize for that. And I'm not putting my come bet out there, so it looks like I forgot my come bet. That's just me being distracted by somebody probably asking me a question. So as of right now, I should have had a come bet out there, and I did not hit it. I did not put it out there. All right, it's going to be a 10, so that's not good because the 10 will actually lose our DC bet, right? So again, the idea is you're rooting for Big Red to come out prior to hitting the 10. That's where you would win. We hit the 10 before hitting the 7, so we actually lose that bet. So now we're going back out there in the DC and get another one established. Again, in the DC bet here, you will lose this bet if a 7 or 11 rolls, which is, again, a pretty good chance. It's 8 out of 36 rolls to lose this bet. However, only 2 or 3 would win if you're in the DC as of right now until it gets established. All right, it looks like it's going to travel down to the 4. That's going to be a hard 4. So what'll work here is you actually get paid you'll get paid that come bet that's already established. It'll come down to your rack. The DC would travel to the 4, so now you're rooting against the 4 to roll again, and we've got a new come bet established, and now we're continuing to roll. Actually got a pretty good shooter here. He's done really well so far. Looks like he's on barrel roll maybe 12, 11, something like that. He's done really well. And I know you can't see it because I didn't really show it too well, and I stopped it, but he's actually putting the dice between his fingers. I've never seen that style roll before. He's not shaking them, baking them, he is putting them literally between his index finger and his ring finger. It's got them split, and it's kind of a unique way of showing it there. All right, so we won the 8, so that was an 8. So again, we're going to get a new come bet established. And you have the option. You could play roulette on this system. So there's there on the top left-hand side, you see it says Add Game. So here you have roulette. You can play. You have blackjack. You can play all different kind of video games at the same time. Not say video games. All different kind of casino games at the same time on here. If you want to, you have that option. All right, here we go. What's our new number? All right, it's going to be on the 6 this time. All right, so again, the come bet will travel to the 6. We'll get paid on the 6, and we'll have to just put that come bet back out there. All right. This is a totally different video that I'm typically used to. Usually I'm kind of talking about the strategy, the video, but I hope you've enjoyed this so far. Again, a little bit different than our traditional live videos or videos that we play at the house. So if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe, mark a point, and I appreciate you watching along. Let's see what this next roll is. And that is going to be a 5-2-7. So what we're going to do is we will lose all of our come bets. However, we will get paid on the 4, and we'll get paid on the actual unestablished come bet. We end up making $17 in about 10 minutes. I appreciate you watching me. Until next time, guys, mark the point and stay awesome.